There is no job, title, position on earth that is greater than just letting God use you. As a born again Christian man, you cannot do anything right without first being what you were born again to become. You will be no good for anybody around you without first being what you were born again to become. You are nothing else first but a servant of God, and let everything else fall inside the box of what that includes. If you don't first love your God with everything in you, then how do you know you love anybody else? And your feelings about them is no solid way of judging that, because feelings change. People can cause feelings to change. All they got to do is say the wrong thing, wake up on the wrong side of the bed and act the wrong way, rub you the wrong way. Is your love for anybody still determined by your feelings? It's a bad move right there. Like, don't you know, I don't feel like doing a lot of what God want me to do with my life. I don't. A lot of it I don't even want to be bothered with. I really don't. But because I love him is why I do it. If I don't first love God like that, I can't love anybody else like that. In fact, all of my provision is only on the path of serving God. From the day that I came from my mother's womb, I had no idea that I was set apart as holy to the Lord. I always knew something about my life was different. Always. Always did. And ever since I've been in a relationship with Christ, I have discovered that outside the mission, there is no provision. In fact, the only thing I'll get is just enough to wake up another day to choose what path I'm going to be on. That's it. My job is not secure. My business, not secure. Being able to find ways to make money is not secure. The only thing that I know is secure is Christ, is being on the mission. Outside of that, I can lose everything. And even on that path, I can still lose everything. But not everybody around you is going to have the same worldview as you. If only a lot of people knew that your only sure way of being a great employee is for your life to be dedicated to Christ, people would think twice about what they do around you, how they provoke you, how they be used to tempt you. But at the same time, everybody is tempted and drawn away by their own lust. If only your wives knew that your only way of being a good husband is through serving God. Outside of that, you ain't even gonna have it on your mind on what to do to be pleasing to anybody. Like, you ain't gonna have enough money. You ain't gonna have enough enthusiasm. You ain't gonna have enough kind words to use. You ain't gonna have enough ways to resolve conflicts outside of first being dedicated to the Lord. If you can't first answer to your God, then hey, you can't do anything good for anybody, really. I mean, just really sit back and think about it. If your own God can't get you to do what you need to do, then how can anybody else? If you can't serve your own God first and foremost, why should anybody trust you? Why should anybody depend on you? Just really think about that. God now. If you don't first love your God, then you don't really love your kids. Like you really don't. If you don't first love your God, you really don't love your wife. You don't love your brother. You don't love your neighbors. You don't love anybody. You don't even love yourself. Because if you can't position yourself to just let Jesus Christ use you for his mission, then you can't lead anybody away from the pit of hell. And the last thing you want to be is the person assigned in everybody's lives to lead them to Christ and just don't do it because everybody else's ideas take the wheel in your life. Everybody else wants and needs come before God's. And sometimes what God wants is for everybody else's wants and needs to come first in your life. Stuff like that is how it works, right? I mean, even Jesus washed the feet of his own disciples. He said, no, man, I wash my men's feet. They ain't washing mine. I'll wash my own. Like, you really got to think about stuff like this. All these little things matter. Let the Lord take the wheel in your life. A lot of people don't know what it's like for your whole life to be set aside for the purpose of Christ. Most people just live here, right? Like just another bot in the game. I hate to say it that way, but that's the way it is. And we are called to help wake these people up and stop being bots in the game. Because bots in the game end up going down with the game. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you can't let a lot of this stuff in life and in the world distract you away from the reality of what you were born again for. I mean, you ain't just born again to go to heaven. You born again for something while you here. I know what God saved you from. What did he save you for? Always remember that.